Going live. Here we are.
Is this it?
We're live.
We're live.
Hey.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. How are you? You okay? Good. We're Charlie and Jake. Welcome to our home studio. Come on in. Take a seat. Grab a glass of something. Have a sit down. Get yourself comfortable for the first ever Echoes and Edges Open Collab. We're so excited. So let me tell you the basic kind of idea of what's going to happen tonight. Over the past 2 weeks, we've been putting a call out on social media to hear from poets who have sent in and recorded their poems on audio and video, and they've sent them to us, and we've listened to them very briefly this afternoon, just to kind of tidy up the audio and things like that, and then we are going to respond to them live tonight. We have no plan, we have no idea what's going to happen. We're just going to press play and and then see what happens. And the idea of this, my phone is playing us, hang on.
That's what the echo was. It's good to know it's working now, at least.
Yeah. So, the idea is, the concept behind this was to bring a sense of creativity, bring a sense of collaboration in these strange kind of times of separation. It's nice to work together, right? So, yeah, I'm excited. Are you excited? We're excited. Are you excited, Jake?
Very.
Amazing. So,
Does it? Just a
you okay?
second. It looks like the chat is not working.
Oh,
Here we
it
go.
is.
Yeah, there
Okay,
it is.
we're okay. Everybody okay? It's
maybe
not there. Yeah, now
yeah,
it is.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
All right. Just wanted to make sure that you can all chat amongst yourselves whilst we're
Talk amongst yourselves.
quietly talk amongst yourselves whilst we're doing our musical sonic landscapey things.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like me to say right now? Or shall we begin?
I think we could begin. What time are we on? 4 minutes past?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's begin.
All right.
This first poem was submitted to us by Black Swan and Robin, and it's called Hope. And is there a little bit that we have to say about what it is? Oh yeah, it's a poem. Sorry, it's a poem, a collaboration between two people. One in Devon.
Yeah,
Is that
one
right?
in Devon and one in London. And what they said about the poem, they both recorded it on their phones, and what they said was, we quite like the authenticity of our current situation being reflected in the disconnectedness of the recording. Amazing. So we had the idea to cover to be influenced by one of our favourite songs, which is called Hope by Fat Freddy's Drop. So we're going to play the poem Hope by Black Swan and Robin with a bed of Fat Freddy's Drop. Hope. All good?
Yeah. All right. Hopefully this will trigger hope.
Hope by Black Swan and Robin.
Black Swan.
Sorry, the bass was still in tuning mode. Apologies. There we go. We'll start that one again. Sorry, everyone. So the last thing you do before going live is make sure everything's in tune, but then you have to make sure that the noise is coming out still.
Yeah.
And it is now. Right.
Here we go.
Hope by Black Swan and Robin.
Black Swan. Hope is an empty room. Cold shape for stairs. Mirrors of calling faces. Desperate to fill in the transition to unhampered places. Wait. Can until I see it. Should I wait? For what? For it to just happen?
It can be a slippery fish. Apparently, we are lost without it. Floundering in faltering humanity, distressing in the lesson, and finding in the flightless. The world insists we always have it to guide us.
In the dark, a light. A pair in meditation, in prayer, dropping in ingredients like determination. What would it be without anticipation? Folding dreams, unfolding visions, relatively dimensional in thoughts, decisions, but nothing without application. Invisible cloak of conviction, fly me there.
But being lost without it can resonate. Finding home in its absence, acceptance of our brokenness, touching each other in deep pools of human recognition, eyes twin, striving, thriving stories to
every inch spare me of fear, replace hope with purpose and execution, to go, to build up, to possess, avoid less stress, a life full of deliciousness.
Lush, green, unfurling sheets, force cracks in concrete landscape, I promise. Flowering thoughts in your lost eyes, forge creative energy.
Where best will I, on my knees, serve me?
Perhaps it's in a heart space, not wanting more stuff, but dreaming of possibilities.
Wishes needed in someone, something out there watching, listening.
What might or could be, clouds clearing to synchronistic celestial.
Paranormal, spiritual or leading, ignited pulses, pleased.
We rise with strong swan wings, up, from cool deep waters and introspection to breath and passion flight.
Take away my faith climbers, my crusade then.
Beyond
shall I have the answers?
Reaching the skylines of rising as well, where all creatures feature magnificently in light of hopeful dreaming, spirit potential, daily, feeling, Robin.
Let your love flow down, let it fall to the ground. Therein lies the root, reaching for the stream. All I wanna do is keep on reaching through to the river wide and strong. It won't take long. We can all go together if we just hold on. A new generation and a brand new age. I wanna fall like the rain on a burning page and rise from the ashes like a phoenix sun, learning to walk, searching for love. You know that I can't get enough. Enough of that hope. Enough of that hope. Nice one. Beautiful poem. And lovely to collaborate with people that are already collaborating through the internet. Awesome. So that was Black Swan and Robin. I think I can see that they have commented already in our chat. So if you enjoyed that, they are on Instagram, Black Swan N and Robin, like fish and chips. So have a click on their link where they've commented and do follow them and see what they're up to in their new collaborative project, which I believe has just come together in the last few months as a a response to lockdown. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay. We move on now to our next poem. I'm going to check the chat. It looks really busy, but I can't read it. I'm going to do that in a second. Our next poem is called... you okay? Cool. It's called Sucklings of Dream, and it's by Laci Harmon, and I'm delighted to say that Laci Harmon is from Vermont in the USA, because we've gone international, already, which is really exciting that we've had entries from all over the world. So we're chuffed to bits. Let me tell you about Laci. I've done it in really small font. So she's a singer-songwriter, a visual artist and dancer, and she's currently working on her first single, which is going to be out in the spring, which is super exciting. If you want to find out about her more, her Instagram is World Songstress, and what we're thinking is that we're going to put everything on our social media in one place so that you can follow all of these poets, all of these writers, and so we can build a lovely little community of people to follow other people, because it's clearly it's a funny old time, but it's, for creatives, it's a strange one too, right? Because like for us, for example, we've lost a lot of gigs this summer, we've lost a lot of income, and so if in a small way we can help each other by following each other on social media and all the rest of it, I think that would be really cool. Anyway, so let's tell you a bit about this poem, and then maybe that can give us a bit of an idea of what we should do too.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
So this poem is called Sucklings of Dream. It's a strange Alice in Wonderland style inspired poem about how if you don't nurture your dreams, they will die and be expelled to the time between night and dawn, where they will forever stay, lurking on the streets outside your houses like ghosts. There are strange creatures that make up an army that walk the streets in that time between night and dawn, and they gather up all the lost dreams. There is a white bird who the dreams all fear. The white bird is responsibility, and it preys on dreams that are slipping through the cracks of people's lives. The white bird watches for the dreams to prey on and tells the army of strange creatures where to find the next dream to imprison. The air is cold, and it's that time just before spring arrives. Oh. Okay. So we need something dreamy.
Dreamy. I feel like it's sort of... What about this to start it? This is a forest with some rain, just to sort of set the mood. Some distant birds.
I'm just checking our chat and seeing... thank you, everyone. Yes, birds.
See what happens.
I would like... let's have your garden piano.
In a little town near Ceri, not without want, nor worry, the white bird resides, preening his noble feathers in a cherry tree. Albeit cold and dreary, he stands firm, drowning out the dawn with his wily chirping. The cherry tree, wrought with the not-so-distant ache of winter, sways with brittle bones in the gentle breeze of morning, mourning the loss of its leaves, and celebrating the youth that is to come with the birth of spring. And then a high shriek, plaguing the calmly morning. What fright could there be in this little town near Ceri? Yep, there they go, hobbling past the cherry tree. The shriek maker? A white seabird on a leash, held fast by a line of oddly looking folk, some with horns, some with scales, some with bluish skin sporting devilish eyes, all discombobulated as if they don't remember how to be. Sheathed in the soft hum of a childlike song, they limp slowly along. It's such an odd parade, and then they are gone, down the rabbit hole, and the morning returns calm and gray. Soon tired faces emerge from houses, brittle bones wrought with the staleness of a once hopeful life, now decaying, drowned by the ever-present heaviness. Responsibility. An albatross on the shoulder of your childlike spark, your childlike dream. Contrary-wise, your dreams are not for you, but you are for your dreams. Your dreams choose you, bestow themselves upon you as a gift. Dreams give to you an itch, a craving. They give to you a way of behaving. They guide you to your proper destination, but they do not give fruition. That is up to you. You see, dreams do not care much for albatrosses. With such large wings and such frightful shrieks, if you do not hold on tight at the sight of such a creature, your dream may escape, destined to ever haunt the unconsciousness of morning. Thousands of lone warriors caught in an endless march, picking up the discarded soldiers you left on the streets in the night, for there is no responsibility in the land of dreams. A near little town in Ceri, not without want, nor worry, the white bird resides, preening his noble feathers in a cherry tree, anticipating the birth of spring. Fresh air, fresh leaves, fresh sucklings of dream, narrow eyes searching, eyeing his next victim, and the dreams shiver.
And the dreams shiver, and the dreams shiver, and the dreams, and the dreams shiver, and the dreams shiver. I love that poem. What an amazing world you've created, Laci. That's so cool. Yeah, that was awesome. We didn't quite find the time or the technology to be able to put a video in the corner, but we're going to try it for next time. It's been a massive learning curve already, this amazing, huge new project, and we've just been blown away by the number of entries and the number of people that have been interested in it. So we'll definitely do a video for next time, but you have to see Laci's performance of this. It's amazing. It's so cool. We'll put it on our social medias for you to see it, because it's so great. All right. How's everyone doing? You all okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I think I heard everyone else say that they were good too. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it might be wine o'clock. Cheers.
Have a little sip.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining us. All right, so the next poem we're going to try and build a sonic improvised world around is called Aired. And it's by Jane from Bristol. How do you say Jane's surname? Houben, yes.
I would say.
Houben.
Please
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
That's my best guess.
That sounds good. All right. So, this poem is called Aired. Jane's from Bristol, and she wrote her bio as this. She says, I am a woman in my prime finding out about the menopause and caring for a disabled adult son. I had a 27-year break from writing, during which I learnt a lot and failed to take notes. We've all been there. I started writing in January again and set up an Instagram account as motivation to share and connect. And her social media is virtual_fiction. And Jane also said to me, I don't know if I'm going to get told off because she said this to me privately in a message, but she says, this is my first public airing of anything I've ever written since I was at school. And Jane, we are honoured that you've chosen us on this platform. We're so excited. So everybody make Jane feel really welcome. So here's a bit about the poem Aired, and let's see what we feel like doing. So she says, I wrote this poem on Monday morning. I was faced with a messy house and a full laundry basket in lockdown, in a house I share with my partner of 30 years and my adult son who has severe learning difficulties. My son can't understand what's happening and why his activities have closed, so he does tend to take it out on us by trying to control what we do. So I snuck off into the loft and escaped into the sky. This poem is about escape and the vastness and freedom of imagination at a time of restrictions, and about taking time out.
Lovely.
I'm so excited to hear it, Jane.
I feel inspired to add a little bit of kalimba again.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I have a recording as well from the Bristol harbour side after that we actually recorded about a week ago, I think.
On our daily walk.
Yeah, on one of our walks where it's eerily quiet everywhere, as it is at the harbour side as well. So we recorded a little bit of that. So let's begin that here. Probably hear a few gulls in the background, so that might make us all feel a little bit more at home. I mean, those that are from Bristol will feel more at home. Everyone else can feel like you're in Bristol. So welcome.
Hi.
Forget the laundry, the mess, and focus on the sky. Keep looking up, head back, so that your eye is drawn to island clouds that punctuate the vast blue-grey changing heavenscape. Then lose yourself, lose the fabric of the world. Let your thoughts rest, your pressed mind unfold. Let loose perception, throw open the doors, the east and western welcome blush is yours. You have freedom to roam in imagination, to fly, careless of earthly law and restriction, to visit cloud worlds and dance a minuet, hand in hand with one you love or loved or have not yet met. Lay your body down on soft, fluffy white billow of time wasting. Just let the threads unravel. And so aired, uncreased, you can better find your way with a fresh lightness through this confined day.
Forget the laundry, the mess, focus on the sky. Keep looking up, head back, so that your eye is drawn to the island clouds that puncture the vast blue-grey, the changing heavenscape. The vast blue-grey, changing heavenscape. Forget the laundry, the mess, focus on the sky, keep looking up, head back, so that your eye is drawn to the island clouds that puncture the vast blue-grey changing heavenscape. The vast blue-grey changing heavenscape. And so it uncreased, you can find a better way with a fresh lightness through this confined day. And so it uncreased, you can find a better way with a fresh likeness through this confined day. This confined day. This confined day. Wow. Thank you so much. That was so lovely, Jane. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. We didn't ask for it, but she sent a transcript of the poem, hence why I'm singing all the words, because I got it in front of me. That's something we'll definitely sort out for next time. Let's get people to do that so I can sing more. We're learning, you know. This is a total journey. I thought we'd mention around about now, in the corner you can see a link to our Coffee page. Coffee is a website we've just joined, where you can, if you're enjoying the show, if you like what we're doing, you can buy us a coffee just by donating us just £3 or something like that. As I mentioned earlier, you know, we really want to build a community. And also we really want to keep busy because we've lost a heck of a lot of work this summer, you know, and it's not, you know, and we just want to keep playing and keep performing. So it would be amazing if you could help us a little bit in that way by buying us a coffee. Is that Jane? I can't read it. I'll read it later. Amazing. So, another Bristol poem next from Mary Crowder. And this one's called Otters Back in Bristol. It's got Bristol in the title. Yeah. I'm so excited. Mary says, my poetry is about the unseen, unacknowledged, the underdog. And you can find her on social media, Mary Crowder 1. About the poem, she says, this poem is a true story. Bristol docks were so polluted that for nearly 40 years, otters were not seen. But recently they have returned. Okay. Have you got any? You've used a Bristol Docks soundscape already.
Yeah, I have. But another walk that we went on. It's handy going on all these walks, really. Like we've just sort of taken the microphone out with us and used it as a chance to just sort of capture some of the atmosphere in and around Bristol, as far as we can get on a walk from our flat to wherever. Obviously the harbour side is very nice and close for us, so we frequent that because it's such a lovely place to be. But there's also a couple of streams and rivers around the outskirts, and we've gone along them quite a few times, and it's just lovely to walk, especially in the lovely sunny weather we had recently. So this is a stream near us.
Otters like streams, don't they?
Yeah. But probably not such bubbling ones, actually.
Yeah.
But, well, at least it's clear that it's a stream.
What else do you...
I'm going to start with some percussion.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, okay. Why don't you? Something kind of woody. Okay.
Otters back in Bristol. A stretch of the Eastville Froome where river meets concrete, tattered buddleia and rotting wrappers, has become a pocket of urban wilderness. Here, police poke out rough sleepers, alcoholics, addicts, spiders, mineral mould, stolen wallets, rail passes, graffiti. Infrared cameras catch you on patrol. Poor padded evidence and odorous tar complete the logged incident. You become an unlikely YouTube star. At under full yard, the blacksmith, on his evening check of customers' boats, sees another, a metre long, its sleek, glistening twilight fur, fearless in the water's kissing lip, gurgling between moorings. Aloof to the pissed-up revellers, it traverses thick rope, old tyre buffers, fag butts, crushed cans, its mouth crammed with carp, a koi from prized garden pond. At Netham Lock, one is trapped by the sluice gates, but slips over the lockkeeper's shoes to scamper and escape, dodges a half-submerged Tesco trolley, weaves through mud back to her cubs.
Otters.
Otters are fun, aren't they?
Ah, I love that. Oh, that was
playful.
awesome.
Yeah. Lovely.
Really fun.
What do I need to just reset everything? If it wasn't already clear, we're using a lot of loops and a lot of different instruments. Something we haven't really said much about, I guess, in the lead up to this, because it's all been about the poetry and obviously that is what we're basing everything off. But yeah, a little bit about how we're doing all of this. We've got a bunch of loop pedals set up and a bank of atmospheres and sound recordings that we've made over the last couple of weeks, but also from years gone, just to sort of setting anything in a place like the Bristol Malago stream or the Harbourside or a forest on the other side of the planet. It's always nice to sort of sit there and be calm in that place and then see where the music takes us, and then use all of this percussion that we've got and the various instruments and the bass and our voices to make some fun things out of what happens from the poetry. So yeah, it's something we've been doing as Echoes and Edges for several years, and we've always sort of seen it going further, taking to bigger places, and this has been a real exhilarating sort of experience already, and in the run up to this, of how we can create a show like this that is very improvised and very responsive to the words, but more than just a voice and a piano, but having the textural sounds and the different sounds and the different ideas that we have before our fingers here. So it's sort of the perfect place to do it, really, because there's so much stuff. It's very easy to move it from where we live to where we live compared to anywhere else. So yeah, it's been really lots of fun to set up and put together, and yeah, we were just really blown away by how many people also want to be a part of it, because you know we absolutely love doing it for reasons hopefully you can see.
Yeah.
We're having loads of fun, but just really glad that everyone else wants to be involved and share their poetry and give us lots of different ideas to bounce off of and create music around, and it's been great so far already. And
We're having blooming loads of fun, aren't we?
So yes.
Hope you guys are too. Gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't tell, but well, I mean, we can by the emojis. Actually, I can read those. They look generally excited. There's a lot of exclamation marks. Yeah. Anyway, so our next poem.
Yeah, sorry.
Our next poem is called "You Have Beautiful Eyes." What we've loved as well is that there are some poems that are just so recent and so new, and somebody's clearly just gone, I've written this, here you go, have it. And to put that trust in us has been amazing, especially for a piece that clearly is so new to you because it's about the world that we're in right now. So this is another poem about lockdown life called You Have Beautiful Eyes by Ceri Baker. She's on YouTube as Miss Chief Maker, and on Instagram as Ceri_Baker_words. I'll tell you again, we'll put it all in a big old post for you to have a look at all of the people that we've featured tonight. And we'll put that on our Echoes and Edges Facebook and Instagram, which is Echoes and Edges. So follow us and then you can follow everyone else. Amazing. So, this poem, You Have Beautiful Eyes, is about our need to look into each other's eyes as humans and to see a future beyond this. All right.
Do you want to start this one?
Yeah, okay. We did listen to this one earlier, and we saw that You Have Beautiful Eyes is kind of a refrain in this piece, and Ceri's done an amazing video, really lovely performance of of this poem on her YouTube with where she starts with a face mask on, which we'll link you to. It's great. So You Have Beautiful Eyes. 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 You eyes. Oh, still got otters in there. Sorry, didn't get rid of the otters. You have beautiful eyes. 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 You have beautiful eyes.
You have beautiful eyes.
You have beautiful eyes. You have beautiful.
And for now, watchful from our windows, a world in breathless shadows, scanning the empty, struggling to see the lives we'll lead ahead of us, looking into glasses without magic potions that unpick the notions of humans disappearing down rabbit holes, chasing white coats, grieving lost time. Visions of lives on lines, front lines, masked, war of the wide-eyed, back lines in domestic, exhausted, confined, midlines wrapped in child-rearing free time, secret lines fused in the depths of intertwine. No rules here, new lines of the upfucked COVID viral times. But one day, one sweet day, we will see again Visualize embraces, precious engines idling in readiness for steadiness, for passion fueled and tooled up. Our bodies yearn to lube up, sliding into summer in delicious soul-free time. We can see to uphold this. We can see beyond all of this. Look into my eyes, look into my eyes. I count and you matter. Right now, this is the only moment we both have. I see you and you see me over Zoom, FaceTime, audio capture, or in reality. At a distance, a corona do-si-do, a to and fro in the street. In the street, if you see me, don't fear me, see me, held in ocular, molecular, in stardust, we are all graceful and spectacular. You have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful eyes, seeing beyond packaging wraps, prejudices of what we're sold, instead building dreams, aspirations and things which take a hold inside of us, creating new landscapes. So please don't let go of looking, loving and longing for a pair of gems, or maybe a precious fistful of 5 friends, a woodland party around a fire, aligned just like the old days, loved in time, conversations tangential and wild, enwrapped in rapture, beautiful eyes, loving you, to see you rise. There will be last looks of dying loved ones, perhaps left in isolation and so left to the imagination. We say last goodbyes, lost goodbyes, grey, to be wise. We rise to uphold your final breathless settling of stories in the distant spaces between us. Let the weather round the shoulders of us, hold us, take a Polaroid internal click to save us. I see you looking at me, I feel held in your gaze, nothing lost, just energies rearranged. You have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful eyes. We will see again, one day, we will see again.
We will see again, we will see again, we will see again, we will see again, we will see again. You have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful eyes, beautiful eyes. Beautiful eyes, you have, oh you have, oh you have, oh
We will see again. That ended nicely together. I don't think we entirely knew that was going to happen then, but that did.
That was cool.
That was lovely. Yeah.
That went surprisingly well.
That was gorgeous. Yeah, wonderful words.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ceri. That was really really moving, and as I say, so lovely to hear a response to, a hopeful response as well to the world that we're in currently. So thank you. All right, we've got quite a few left for you still. If you'd like to be this night is happening monthly, Echoes and Edges Open Collab.
Yeah.
The next one is going to be on May the 16th. If you'd like to upload anything, any kind of words, poems, prose, thoughts, anything, the best thing to do is to go to our website, echoesandedges.co.uk. And we look forward to hearing your work and then working with it live. I should also mention, so Jake and I, the Echoes and Edges Collective is the two of us and 3 poets. And we've put together an album, which I'll tell you more about later. But Jake and I also make music together, the two of us. And we are putting on weekly live streams. So if you would like to join us every Saturday at 7 o'clock, we're doing something different for you. Doing our original music, doing some covers, doing lots of different things every week. Every week has a different theme. So, come and join the fun. And you're welcome into our house every Saturday at 7 p.m. All right. The next poem. I liked this one. We listened to this afternoon. This next poem is called Vice. And it's by Tahys. 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 And Tahys is from Brighton, and she is a poet and theatre maker. This poem plays on the meaning of the word vice in both senses, and it's about how someone is deeply intoxicating and can sweep you up, but is deeply damaging for you. She says, "This is one of my most personal poems, but I hope it is relatable to others." Cool. What are you thinking?
I've decided I'm going to play the electric bass.
Okay. I've decided I'm going to drink some more wine.
That's a good idea. Very good idea.
Oh. Okay. New update. Tahys. Rhymes with nice. Tahys. Tahys. So sorry. Tahys to rhyme with nice. And vice. Hey.
Brilliant. Like that.
Okay, you're going to play bass. Something lovey, but also dark. Lovey and dark. That's what we want. All right, let's give this a go. Should we start? Or should Ty start?
It feels like there is a hand around my heart, that the grip tightens more and more until I can't breathe, until I am left heaving, gasping for the last breath on earth. My darling, how can you make everything so right and yet so very wrong? This ironclad grip that is so strong it clamps down my own personal shackles. If you were to throw me in a lake, I'd drown, imprisoned by your loveliness. Perhaps my love for you I can confess when I'm at the bottom of this lake, cold and motionless. You are the heavy hand around my heart, but also the light that makes all darkness depart.
You are the heavy hand but also the light that makes all the darkness depart. You are the heavy hand around my heart, and the light that makes the darkness depart. The darkness depart. The darkness depart.
That was cool. Tahys, that's awesome. Whoa, I totally get that. That's totally relatable. Yes. 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 Amazing. Wow. I'm having fun. You having fun? I'm having fun. All right. What's that? I've got a buzzing noise. Have you got a buzzing noise? Have you guys got a buzzing noise? Whoa.
I'll mute the bass.
Okay.
I'll mute the bass when we're not using it.
Okay.
Sorry
That's
about
better.
that.
Sorry about the buzzing. Okay.
Oh, right. What's next?
All right.
What's next?
The next.
Hollow Passengers.
Yes. I'm so excited about everyone. So the next poem is Hollow Passengers by David Ralph Lewis from Bristol. And so he says, he is a poet and short story writer. When not writing, he enjoys dancing badly at gigs and attempting to grow vegetables. His first chapbook, Our Voices in the Chaos, was published in October 2019. So several things there. David, can I be your best friend? And David, can I be your best friend? I didn't think of a second thing. Yeah, dancing badly and growing vegetables. Yes, please. So Hollow Passengers was written for how do you say Naparimo? Yeah. So which is you guys are all gonna know this because you're all poets, but we're musicians, so we didn't know what this was. But right, National Poetry Writing Month, right?
Yeah.
What a cool acronym!
Yeah.
Is that an acronym or is it?
It's sort of.
Hmm.
Acronym
What a
would be
cool
good.
thing.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
What a
That's
cool
it is.
thing. And he described. So it's a strange, dreamlike state of being stuck on a train for years that doesn't go anywhere.
Mhm.
So like a ghost train kind of thing, or like a train from the future, or like a. Oh, okay. What are we gonna? Have you got any train noises?
Like this.
Yeah, that's trainy. Before you put him in, I'll add some passengers, shall I? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on a train. You're on a train? Yeah, I'm on a train. I'm just talking to my friend on a train. You're talking to your friend? Yeah, I'm on a train as well. Yeah. How long have you been on this train? Oh, ages. Yeah. You're on a train? I'm on a train. Yeah, no problem. Oh, I'm on a train. You're on a train? Yeah, we're on a train too. Yeah. Train to train. Yeah. On a train, I'm on a train. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on a train. Yeah, I've been on a train ages actually. Yeah. Train. Yeah, I'm on a train. You on a train too? Train.
Hi, my name is David Ralph Lewis, and this poem is called Hollow Passengers. The destination displays are corrupted again. Carriages and corridors converge on the horizon, a lifetime's walk away. If you look to your left, you will see the same wheat field repeated endlessly, the blur devoid of detail. Our mobile phones died decades ago. Good books were bartered for the smallest pleasures, perhaps a window seat, maybe an air vent that isn't clogged with dust. We have a selection of sandwiches available in the buffet car. Egg, ploughman's, or gravel, no mayo. Those who wander too far from their seats are quickly forgotten. They become memories, then stories, then names, then silences. We regret to inform you that the past is a black hole, and it is hungry. Mostly we sit very still and listen to our toenails grow, millimetre by millimetre.
That was cool. That was really cool. I was trying to be the next station is Winner's Triangle. I was trying to be the train announcement. That's awesome, David. That's so scary. Hello.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes. So we got another Bristol-based poet for you next. This is Ode to a Time Traveller by Philip John. Famously, not John Philip. Philip John. And Philip John is a Welsh poet from the Rhondda Valleys. And upon graduating from South Wales in 2014, I should say, I've got this in front of me, I'm not guessing. He moved across the border to Bristol to work within the government procurement alongside serving and ex-military personnel. He had his first book of poetry, Home Truths, published in November 2018, and a second titled Searching for Seahorses in February 2020. Whoa, so let's check that out because that's super recent. His work explores the human condition, human history, nature, and more specifically, our treatment of the planet. Philip has featured several times on BBC Radio Bristol, performing readings of his poetry, and you can find his books on Amazon, Wordcatcher Publishing, and all good booksellers in both paperback and ebook format. So there we go. This is Ode to a Time Traveller. So time traveller. When we listen to this, it's really about, it's not Doctor Who. Do you know what I mean? When we listen to this, it was very travelling through life. How do you want to play this? What have you got for me sound-wise?
Sounds. Let me look at my box of sounds. Could do some. What about some wind? Some quite windy wind. It's quite an ethereal wind.
Oh yeah, okay. I reckon we could make it a bit spacey.
Bit spacey.
Yeah, a bit time travel-y. What's that? What is that?
Tuning an old valve radio. So there's little bits of, I don't know how, but it picked up some French radio whilst I was doing it. So but just sort of, it's there. I think it's nice.
Okay.
It was a painfully ordinary autumn, and the unforgiving rain would not relent. Born under the smiling moon, Wednesday's child of woe arrived, not a moment too soon. Let me tell you about this man, how he came to his senses from the shallow depths of his unprepared grave to the immeasurable heights of the great beyond, and found himself somewhere in a peaceful bliss within the gift of life. Unaware that the chase had begun from a life already lived, the curse of 1,000 suns, so the growing pain of a turning century would turn themselves to face him through the veil of time's grand illusion, the lovers and the strangers. They were a warm pool of promise for all the things to come. Life cannot be without its genius, nor without all the unfinished symphonies and the unrequited love. When the moment comes at last, a time for unused wings to fly, the crossroads call like a lost songbird, and the sweet familiar streets are a faded backdrop in the masterpiece. The night's marauders will arrive all too soon, ready like the vultures who feast upon the dead. But for those who live to fight another day, there is the most beautiful gift, richer than all the silver and gold, the unknown stories, never to be told. If you've ever been a roamer in a time you do not belong, listen to me, your struggle is very much like mine. Hear my words in song, hear them all in rhyme. It is not for you to find your place in this forsaken world, and it matters not if your visions are unseen by all about you, now that they're inked on precious pages, like prophetic scrolls, eternal but unprotected. The callous words like daggers in the soul, they cannot conquer mountains, nor the ocean, banished so truly that their breath cannot be found below its surface. Then do not let them burden you, nor pull your presence to puerile plains. Be free of the weight of widespread ignorance, and your own words will be written, maybe out of time and out of place, but in a perfect nest for transcending great epiphanies that on this earth are revered for eternity.
And your own words will be written, maybe out of place, but in her perfect nest for transcending great epiphanies that on this earth are revealed for eternity, revealed for eternity, revealed for eternity. Wow. That's a lush poem. Blimey.
Such a journey through
Wow.
space and time
And life.
and
Wow. That's
Oh,
so...
that one.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Philip. That was awesome. Whoa. All right. Something completely different now, right?
yeah, I think so.
So this is from Darren, Corin, and this is a poem called Never Ever Stop. And I love that people are commenting clap, clap, clap. Thank you guys, because it is so strange to just like, yeah, we miss you. We miss having an audience, but you're here, but we miss having you in the room smiling at us. So, Never Ever Stop, Darren, Corin. This is quite simply about speed and cars and speed. Yeah. I'm so excited. There's a really cool performance of this on Darren's YouTube, which we'll link you to in the next few days. Super cool, super cool. Okay, Never Ever Stop. We need something kind of... We need like...
The chain, that's what we need, but not that. I think something kind of rhythmic, speed, like that.
Never ever stop. The car roars on through the night, tyres grip the road tight, headlamps cut through with light to show the way on this dark night. The corner sharp, hard to the right, a skid mark shows where you almost took flight. Shift gear again as you push away, the faster you go, the further away from the humdrum of the day to day. That speed simply wipes away, and the metal pounds from the alpine box, ever faster your head rocks. Quick now, shift gear again so you can hear the blast of hot exhaust that simply whips you away, so you're never seen again. Never ever stop. The car roars on through the night, tyres grip the road tight, headlamps cut through with light to show the way on this dark night. The corner sharp, hard to the right, a skid mark shows where you almost took flight. Shift gear again as you push away, the faster you go, the further away from the humdrum of the day to day. That speed simply wipes away, and the metal pounds from the alpine box, ever faster your head rocks. Quick now, shift gear again so you can hear the blast of hot exhaust that simply whips you away, so you're never seen again.
Yeah. Whoa, thanks, Darren. Never ever stop. So good we did it twice, like New York. Beautiful. Thank you so much to everyone that has contributed to making our first event so special and magical. Thank you for putting your trust in us to create something and, giving us your words to do whatever we want with. It's really awesome. We've got a couple left for you, and then we're going to play you a few album tracks. We've had so many entries already that we could have probably gone on all night, but we've moved quite a lot over to our next event in May, but we've still got plenty of room. So if you would like to contribute something, or somebody that would, then please do send them our way, echoesandedges.co.uk. We'd love to hear what you've got. I'm so glad. Are you all enjoying it? I really hope so. I've run out of wine, so maybe I could have a bit more. What do you think, waiter?
Absolutely. Got the bottle here.
Thank you so much.
The bar in this place is great.
I'll shout out our coffee page again as well for those that didn't hear earlier. So if you're enjoying the show, we'd really appreciate it if you could donate to us. We're two freelance musicians that just love what we're doing, and it would be awesome if you could, if you could help us out so that we can keep doing this, pretty much. Okay, our last poem, our last submitted poem this evening, and then we've got a few more things to show you after that. It's called Earth Magic, and it's by our lovely friend Bronwen Evans, who we know through Wonderful Murmuration Choir. And so Bronwen's from Midsummer Norton. She describes herself, best bio of the night, sorry David, writer, painter, dog snuggler. Yes, please. So, a poem talking about this earth magic. I don't think I titled it. Earth Magic. A poem talking about the seasons coming and going, and how magic that can be for us. Oh, and how magic. Sorry. Let me go again. One more time. Earth Magic. A poem talking about the seasons coming and going, and how magic that can be for us. imagery of nature for spring and summer, humble simplicity for winter, and fiery enchantment for autumn. Touches on the part that changes seasons plays in our lives. Certainly does. So, what's that? Where are we? Where have you taken us in the world?
This is Switzerland. One of the lakes in the mountains, and it was raining, as you can hear, and it was a very peaceful part of the world. And I sat there for probably about 20 minutes, just recording and sitting there listening to everything going on and hearing all the individual little raindrops on all the trees and the birds that were still singing despite the rain, and the odd boat going by on the river on the lake. So, welcome to Switzerland.
Thank
welcome
you.
to Earth Magic.
Oh, so I think something cozy.
I have some ideas for some other magical things as well, so I'll go and do some of that.
Where are you off to? Oh, right. Oh, can I play the big boy piano? Thank you. I've been promoted to the real piano. You okay? I can't see the words, but that's okay.
I think it needs to be that way, that seasons never stay. Hope burning for new air, wishes spent to save afresh, abundance of jubilant praises, releasing energy through elated shakes, because we found this place, time, space. Summer's waves, elixir immortal, rippling through spring's dandelion, birdsong portal, that sheltered us in winter too. Solid, solemn, a delicate hue stripped of fire from ashen glisten, magic times, old earth woken, enchanted alight, warming, regrowing, each breathy twilight. Forging paths followed until all this is done. The soil, the trees, the sky, the sun. I see them most when they're emerging, or when they go away. The most unlikely of reasons that seasons don't stay.
Most unlikely of reasons that seasons never stay. Most unlikely of reasons that seasons never stay. Oh, never stay. Oh, never stay. Why won't you stay? Oh, never stay. Why won't you stay? And never stay. Why won't you stay? Oh, never stay. Why won't you? Why won't you? Bronwen, that was so... I didn't even know you wrote, mate. That's awesome. That's so cool. I just can't believe that there are people watching. Do you know what I mean? I keep being like, we're just at home. It's just a Saturday night at home and we're just talking to each other and ourselves as normal. It's so lush that you're all here. Blimey. Oh, Bronwen, that was so lush. Ah. Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you so much. So one more submission to tell you about. This is something a bit different. This isn't a poem. This is a story by Pretty, or Pridey? Pretty. She'll tell us.
Tell us in the chat.
Yeah. And Pretty/Pridey is from The Wild of the Words. And we heard about, so she is an educator and a storyteller from Bedminster. And we heard about her through a friend's photography project. And for those of you in Bristol, I'll just shout that out. Our pal Nikki is running a project called Through Your Window, where they go out on their daily walk and take a photo of somebody through their window. And they ask people to submit their self-isolation stories. Again, for the same sense of collaboration, for the same sense of creativity. Yeah, so if you're Bristol based and that seems like your kind of thing and you'd like your photo taken and to tell your story or just to check out the project, then do check out nikkitakesphotos.co.uk. Okay, so this story is called
East of the Sun.
And it's going to come in 2 parts. So this story is... we're going to do half this week and then half next month in May and our next Open Collab. So I'm so excited. Let's see what happens. It's a folk tale. It's a fairy story. So let's all become immersed in this amazing tale. That she sent the most amazing photo inside her wardrobe where she recorded it. It's so great. Should we swap? Do you want to play piano? Yeah.
Get some loops ready to go in case we need them.
Oh, here we go. Pride. There, I was both of us were wrong. I knew you'd say, thank you so much, Pridey, like fried day. No, Pridey, like pride. Sorry. Pridey. From The Wild of the Words. And again, I'll say it again, we'll put everybody's details online. So do follow everyone. Sorry, I got it wrong.
I think we've got every single person's name wrong.
I think so. I'm so sorry. Maybe I'll have to...
We already knew them personally.
Please, maybe we'll put that as an extra category in the submissions form. Please pronounce your name. Because
spelling,
Charlie will get it wrong.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, everybody.
For this one, where should we begin? In a forest?
We did listen to the first. Yeah, I think it is. We listened to the first little bit, and it is in the forest, isn't it? What forest are we? Where are we travelling to?
Oh, this one's a good one.
Yeah. Where are we off to?
Well, let's. Do I have any other? Yeah, this one. I think this one's nice. This one is from the forests of Dandenong, which are a sort of outer suburb, outer area east of Melbourne in Australia, and it's the hills there that they're just absolutely stunningly beautiful. There's a it's not quite wild bush, but it's sort of a, what do you call it? It's a temperate rainforest. That's what it is, and it's
you are.
Yes, thank you. It's filled with eucalyptus trees, as most of Australia is, and also massive tree ferns, and it's just gorgeous and lush, and you just can walk through it and feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, and yet it's only a few minutes outside of Melbourne. And both my grandparents used to walk through those hills every day of their life almost. One of them built a house there, and the other one would go there walking there long after he was unable to do most other things in his life. he would know those those walks, and he knew where he was going. He could just sort of map it out in his head, and he just knew every single pathway, every single little hill and shortcut, and where all the best places to go to see the lyrebirds and these other types of birds and everything else like that. So this is a little moment of that. This is near a stream, and you can hear some cockatoos and maybe some kookaburras in the distance as well. I can't remember what's in this one, but yeah, a bit of a magical forest for a bit of a magical tale, hopefully. Yeah.
Love you. Shut up.
Oh, there's one. Okay, are we ready for this next one? I think we are. Oh no, we're not. Oops. Sorry, the sound is going to have to stop because I wasn't ready yet.
Good job you didn't do any build-up.
Here it comes again. We're back in the forest. Oops. Just let yourself absorb back into that space that I described. Wait for this, and do we need anything? Okay, alright, are you ready?
I am, yeah.
Let's go.
East of the sun, west of the moon. Once upon a time, there lived a poor husbandman who had so many children, he had barely the means to feed nor clothe them. He loved every one of his children, but his favourite by far was his youngest daughter. She was not only beautiful, but brave and strong and full of the spirit of adventure. Now one evening, when the family were together around the fire, and the weather outside was cruel and wild, the wind blew and the rain fell, and the walls of the cottage shook, there came a tap-tap-tapping at the window. What could that be? Said the poor husbandman. Who could be outside on a night like this? Go and see, father, said the children, and off he went to answer the door. As he opened that door, he found to his amazement, there stood, right in front of him, a great white bear. Good evening, sir, he said to the bear. Good evening to you, he replied. What can I do for you? The bear smiled, and then he spoke and said, I have come for your youngest daughter. If you would give her to me, then I will make you as rich as you are now poor. I know not what to say, sir, the husbandman replied. She loves her family. She will not want to come with you. Go, please, and ask, the bear replied. And the man returned to his family and told his youngest daughter what was happening outside the front of the cottage. I will not go, father, she said. I cannot go. I love you also. The poor husbandman returned to the front and said to the bear, I'm afraid, sir, she refuses. But the bear was not put off, and he replied, I shall come back in 7 days' time, and I shall ask my question again. And if you are able to give me your youngest daughter, then I will indeed make you as rich as you are now poor. 7 long days passed, and the bear did indeed return. But while he'd been away, the family had had a chance to talk to the youngest daughter about what the bear was offering. And when the bear returned this time, our Laci opened the door herself. And when the bear said, will you come with me? She replied, I will. Are you brave? The bear asked her. And she replied, I am. And so he said, climb up onto my back and hold on tight to my shaggy coat, for there is no reason to be afraid. And off they raced, across the lands, through great forests, over high mountains, until they came to a steep green hill. Our Laci slid off the bear's back, and the bear himself knocked 3 times on the side of the hill. Suddenly there appeared a door, and in stepped our Laci to the most magnificent palace, one she could only ever have dreamt of seeing, with jewels and gold and silver, and a table laid as if for a great feast. And the bear said to the young Laci, please sit, you must be tired, you must be hungry, you must be thirsty. Eat, drink, rest now. And then should you need anything, just ring this little bell. And immediately you will have all your heart desires. The bear disappeared and the lassie was left on her own. And she did indeed eat and drink. And after a time she felt tired, so she rang the little bell. But just as her fingers touched the side of that little bell, she suddenly found herself in front of the most magnificent bedchamber, as if by magic. A great bed stood before her, with a great gold fringe, soft and silken sheets and pillows as ever you would ever wish to sleep upon. Our lassie got into bed and she turned out the light. But just a few moments after she had done so, a man came in and laid himself down beside her. For this was the great bear, who threw off his beast shape by night and was a man once more. In the morning, before the day had dawned, he was always up and off, and so she had never laid eyes upon him. This continued for days, weeks, months. During the daytime, she was alone, unable to read, sing, craft, walk around the grounds, eat, drink. But at night time, when she went to bed, as soon as she turned out the light, the man came in and laid himself down beside her. And he was always up and off before the morning dawned. And as I said, she never laid eyes upon him. Now she was happy for a time, but there came one day when she felt like weeping, for she missed her family. And as she sat crying in a corner, the bear appeared to her, for during the daytime this was. "What is it that makes you weep?" he said. "I miss my family," she replied. "If only I could return for just one day. Please take me back. I promise I will come home with you." "We shall make it work," he said. "I shall take you. But you must promise me that you will not find yourself in a room alone with your mother. For if you do, I'm telling you now, bad luck will come of it." "I promise," she said, I promise not to be alone with my mother in a room at all whilst I am away." And so the bear took her home. And when she arrived in front of a huge great manor house, for this was now where her parents lived, and they were as rich as they had ever been poor. Everyone rushed out to greet her, and there was lots of laughing and joy and feasting and fun to be had. But, as is always the case, people grew tired, little ones crept off to sleep, and before long she found herself on her own in a room with her mother. "Tell me, daughter," said the mother, "tell me the truth behind the story that you told everybody else at supper. How is it truly that you live now?" Well, she told her mother. She said, "I live in a great palace. By day, I am free to do as I wish. By night, I sleep in the softest bed with silken pillows. But ever after I've just turned out the light, a man comes in and lies himself down beside me." "Oh," said the mother, "you could be sleeping with a troll. This could be a troll, daughter of mine. I will give you this magic candle, and you must take it home with you. And when next he comes, wait until he is sleeping and breathing deeply, and then take the candle, light it, lean over and take a look at him. For you must see, is he a man or is he a troll?" She promised her mother that she would. And so in the morning when the bear came to retrieve her home and asked her, "My love, did you speak to your mother alone?" "No," she said, no, I did exactly as you promised." She lied to him, of course. When they returned home, it was the same story. She ate, she drank alone at the table. And when she was ready for bed, she got undressed, turned out the light. And moments after she had done so, her man came in and laid himself down beside her. She waited, after a while, to hear him breathing deeply in his sleep. And when she was sure that he would not magic candle it was, one that would reveal any enchantment that had been thrown over this man that lay beside her. She took up the candle and she leant over to look upon his face and see whether he truly was a troll or a man. And as she leant over, she saw he was the most beautiful prince she could ever have imagined, and she knew then that she was in love with him. And she leant over, she went to kiss him, but as she did so, she dropped 3 hot drops of tallow onto his skin, and he woke, screaming. "What have you done?" he shouted. "Why have you done this? If you had only waited 1 more month, we could have been together. For I am under a powerful spell cast upon me by a queen of trolls, such that I should be a bear by day and only a man by night. And now all ties between us are snapped, and I must go from here with you to a land far away, to a castle that lies east of the sun and west of the moon. And there I shall marry the troll queen's daughter, with a nose 3 ells long, and I shall be their prisoner forever after." "Is there nothing I can do?" she cried. "Is there no way that I can make this better, that I can stop this from happening? I am sorry, my love. I just wanted to look upon you." "There is nothing you can do," he replied. "There is no way you would ever find me. In the morning you will wake, and you will be wearing the rags that you came here wearing, on a pile of leaves in a forest, all alone, and I shall be gone far from here, to the castle that lies east of the sun and west of the moon." She wept until her eyes were sore, and then she fell into the deepest slumber. And when she woke in the morning, she was indeed all alone, wearing the rags she'd worn when she first came, and lying upon a pile of leaves in a forest. But this was our Laci, and she was brave, and she was strong, and she was full of the spirit of adventure. And so she picked herself up, and she dusted herself down, and she set off in search for the castle that lies east of the sun and west.
East of the sun and west of the moon, I am brave and I am strong. 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 I am strong. And we can hear part 2 of East of the Sun, West of the Moon, and find out what happens to the bear and the troll and the youngest daughter next month on the 16th of May. Wow. What an evening it's been. It's gone on a lot longer than we expected, but there you are. We are learning. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. It's been really magical. We're going to end this evening with a few tracks from our album, which we released at the end of last month. It's
and here it is.
And here it is. It's called Glory in the Bone by us, Echoes and Edges, and features poems from 3 poets, David Punter, Gillie Harries,
and Tim Vosper, Spikey Tim. We're really proud of this album. You can find it on Spotify and everywhere else that you get your music. Find it on our website, echoesandedges.co.uk. And we're also posting it out worldwide. So if you'd like to, please rid us of one of these CDs. We will absolutely post one to you, and you can find them on our website.
Lovely.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just feeling very emotional and overwhelmed. I hope that's okay. I'm just chuffed that people are still here. So we're going to do a trio of poems, one from each of our lovely poet collaborators. And we are going to start with Love and Water. Nah, let's start with Grace of Accuracy.
Yeah. Grace of Accuracy then. Oopsie. Oh, what have I done?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Here we go.
So this first poem is by Gillie, and it's called The Grace of Accuracy. And it's Gillie writes the most beautiful poems about where she's from. Yeah, they're magical. The name of the county has left my mind, but it's, Aldborough. No. Come on, Suffolk. There we go. Whoa. It's been a long night. So this is The Grace of Accuracy. It's about the Suffolk coastline where Gillie is from. And if there's one thing we learn from each other, and one thing we feel like we take from using these soundscapes is this idea of sense of place, right? Loving where you're from or where you are currently, and being in the moment, I suppose. Anyway, this is The Grace of Accuracy. Yes. We will cue Gillie up. Thank you, Gillie.
This is unfortunately not waves from Aldborough, but it is from another special place that's very special to Charlie, which is Lyme Regis, the Lyme Regis coastline. These are some waves there. So Aldborough is Gillie's.
I can't wait to go to the sea.
Yeah. And Lyme Regis is Charlie's special place. So yeah, a little bit of that for you. Right. And this is all in one.
The Grace of Accuracy. The grace of accuracy is to have no requirement for accuracy. Setting out on a path linear with eastern light, return to this shore of pebble crunch, and finding all along the need was to stop, breathe, be in silence, and memory turns this way and that in one sunlit air, like a crystal roped on plumb-lined light. Now this shine, now that opacity. Discard the getting it right, measuring all distance between now and then, here and now, just to stand by water. Allow its ebb to lap your small child's toes, high tide your heart. Just to stand by water, argent at Heron Lake's margin, shadowed with reed. Just to stand by water, phosphorescent with loss. Just to stand by water, the castled ferry heaving to leave. Just to stand by water, savor the samphire's ozone bite. Just to stand by water, pooled with estuarine light. Just to stand by water, with the certain knowledge that this is the now of life. just to stand by water. This is the grace of accuracy.
Just to stand by water, stand by water, just to stand by water, stand by water, just to stand by water, stand by water, just to stand. Just to stand, just to by water, just to stand by water, just to stand, just to by water, just to stand by water, just to stand, just to stand by, just to stand by. Hide your heart. This is just to stand, just the grace of accuracy. Hide your heart. Just to stand, just to stand now. Just to stand, oh now. Just to stand, just to stop, breathe. Be in silence, stop, breathe. Be in silence, stop, breathe. Be in silence, just to stand, just to be in silence, just to stand. Just to stand by, just to stand by, just to stand, just to stand. Oh, I stand by the water with me, stand by the water with me. Oh, I stand by the water with me, stand by the water with me. Just to stand by water, just to stand, just to stand by water, just to stand by high tide, just to stand, just to stand by water, just to stand by water, just to stand, just to stand by water, just to stand by water, just to stand, just to stand by water, just to stand. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Stand by the water with me. Stand by the water with me. Stand by the water with me. Stand by the water with me.
Tingles of loveliness.
Tingly, tingly. Something totally different now. This is a poem by Spikey Tim. And Tim writes amazing, just the best. Like he's got a poem about a hedgehog called Dave. That kind of gives you and one about fish fingers, like that's the vibe, right? And this poem is called Your Poem Made That Dog Bark. And Tim was performing at a festival and a dog started barking. And by the way, for this poem, I play the role of Spikey Tim, and Jake plays the role of a 6-year-old girl who turned to Tim when the dog barked. And she, the 6-year-old girl, said to Tim this.
Your poem made that dog bark. I don't think he enjoyed it. Your poem made that dog bark. I think you have annoyed it. Your poem is a bad 'un. It is an utter mess. And now the dog is pitifully howling with distress.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
The audience is silent. No whoops, no claps, no cheers. And that dog is on his hind legs with his paws inside his ears. He's dug a hole but not to hide his bone, because instead he's stooped down and now he's busy burying his head.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
That dog has just had kittens. He's climbing up a tree, 'cause he doesn't want to have to put up with your poetry. He doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to hear it. If your poem smelt of dog food, then he still would not go near it.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
'Cause that canine is discerning. He's a pooch with pucker taste. That's why he's found the exit with the speediest of haste.
My poem made that dog bark. He's made his feelings clear. He's woofed his disapproval and he won't be staying here.
And now I am dumbfounded, I'm astonished, I'm a cock. For I cannot believe it, I've been heckled by a dog.
We are serious musicians. We played at Ronnie Scott's last month, that's not a joke. And now we're doing this.
Are we going to do the...
So let's do the poem that made the dog bark, right? So the poem that Tim was performing at the time... Thanks, Tim. The poem that Tim was performing at the time was called... Well, we'll let him introduce it.
And now, the poem that made the dog bark. All creatures great and small. You say they're rubbish, but I rise above it. It's a small grey rodent which I covet.
A chin 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 chinchilla, chin 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 chinchilla. A chin 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 chinchilla, chin 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 chinchilla.
It's a dog not very big, like a barking guinea pig.
A chihuahua, chihuahua. A chihuahua, chihuahua.
As a pet it is impractical, as a gift it is unsuitable.
Elephant. Elephant.
You say they're rubbish, but I rise above it. It's a small grey rodent which I covet. It's a dog not very big, like a barking guinea pig. As a pet it is impractical, as a gift it is unsuitable.
Elephant.
Woo!
We've done a really lovely animation for that one with loads of animals and just silliness. So check that one out on our YouTube. One last piece for you then, and I'll do thank yous now. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. Thank you so much to everyone who collaborated with us this evening. We are chuffed to bits. And thank you for bearing with us. It's been a long evening. We expected it to be an hour. Do send in more poems. And even if you've performed tonight or had your poem perform tonight, then please send us more. We want to keep building on this cool vibe. What else have I got to tell you? If you've enjoyed it tonight, why not send us a couple of £1 on coffee? That would be greatly appreciated so we can keep this going. Why not buy our album? Why not listen to our album? It's called Glory in the Bone, and you can find it on YouTube, Spotify and such. We've had a blast, if you can't tell, and we will see you see you next Saturday and the Saturday after that for like our weekly live streams, which won't be poetry, they'll just be our original music next week. And then we will see you for the next Echoes and Edges Open Collab on the 16th of May. We're going to end tonight with David's poem, which he's probably fed up with hearing, but we just love performing it. It's just the most beautiful poem, and we thought it would be an appropriate way to end this new project, and it's called, or the first of this new project, and it is called Love and Water.
Love and water. The clouds are piled like turrets formed of gold. The silver water slides along the quay. My morning body against your sleeping thigh. The heron darts down from the moving tree. Pale zebrafish and green and purple wrasse trace rivulets of pattern on your arm, and incandescent colourings of delight break like defeated waves upon your calm. Our love is like the water as it flows through channels to a landing place unknown. It imitates the starling as it glows and brings forth all the glory in the bone.
The clouds are piled like turrets formed of gold. The silver water slides along the quay. Morning body against your sleeping thigh. A heron darts down from the moving tree. Pale zebrafish and green and purple eyes trace rivulets of pattern on your arm, and incandescent colorings of delight break like defeated waves upon your calm, upon your calm. star as it glows and brings forth all the glory in the bowl, all the glory in the it's like water as it flows through channels to a landing place unknown, a landing place unknown, Thank you so much for for a really magic evening. We literally couldn't have done it without you, because there'd been nobody here and no poems to share. It's been really really amazing and moving and super cool that everybody wants to get involved. And maybe do it again. Should we do it again? Let's do it again on the 16th of May.
I'm free. You free?
Yeah, okay. Oh, gosh. All right, we better end with something really fun, right? Although, yeah. And then we'll let you, one more, and then we'll let you go to bed. I'm going to go to bed after this. Yeah. Thank you so much. We are Charlie and Jake. We are live streaming every Saturday at 7 p.m. You're very welcome to come to our house virtually and have a glass of wine with us, or whatever beverage you prefer. Our Echoes and Edges album is out now. Buy us a coffee if you enjoyed it. Send us your poems if you'd like to be poemified or jazzified, like tonight. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional. This is our last song. It's called Hey, and it requires two things from you. The first is that you clap along, and I know that we won't be able to tell, but just be honest, you know, and clap along. And the second is that when I do this movement, you guys shout the name of the song, and the name of the song is Hey. Okay, this is a song about appreciating your friends, people that you love, and appreciating togetherness and collaboration and yeah. Thanks, team. I don't think I can talk anymore. Sorry. This is Hey. Here we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, hey, did you know I love you? Hey, did you know we will be alright? Oh, hey, did you know I'm gonna miss you? Every day and all through the night, all through the night. Hey, do you remember strolling through our first days? And all the worried our tiny little minds was what next to say. Oh, yeah. Hey, did you know I made a choice to make my choices always with you in mind? And hey, did you know, whichever way I turn, yeah, I'm coming home to be by your side. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. No, no, da, 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 oh, I just called to say hey, hey. Yeah. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. I just called to say hey, hey. I just called to say hey, 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 hey. Oh, I just called to say hey. And hey, did you know I love you? Oh, 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 oh. Hey, hey, did you know we're gonna be more than fine? Oh, hey, did you know knowing you, my love, means I'm having the best time, the best time, the best time. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I just called. We're gonna be fine. Hey, did you know knowing you, my love, means I'm having the best time, the best time, the best time. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. Yeah, I just called to say hey, hey. Ooh, da, 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 da. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. Alright, yeah, yeah. I just called to say hey. Thank you so much for a really magic evening. Thank you so much to all our new friends and collaborators who worked with us this evening. We hope to work with you again next month or in the future. This is going to be every month, so we'll see you then. Thank you for bearing with us. If you've got any feedback about tonight, we'd love to hear it. We want to keep improving this format and keep it fresh and keep it. So let us know. Send us loads of messages. We want to hear what worked, what didn't, things like that. We're Echoes and Edges. We're Charlie and Jake. Thank you. I hope you're well. I hope you have a lovely week, and we'll see you next week at 7:00 maybe. Keep smiling. It's all going to be all right, isn't it? One last hey. Oh, I just called to say hey, hey. See you next week. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.